it's not really taking responsibility to say that a child provoked this, right? That's not really taking responsibility. You understand that? So when you said initially you took responsibility, that's not really taking responsibility.
When I talked to the counselor after, I felt his heart.
This hearing starts with one of the toughest realities in sex offender treatment cases. Accountability is everything. Before the judge even digs into the violations, she calls out the biggest issue, blaming a child. In treatment terms, that's a total red flag. If a defendant claims a child provoked the offense, it means they haven't accepted responsibility at all. And without genuine accountability, rehabilitation isn't possible. The judge makes that clear from the first minute. Excuses won't save him today.
All right, court is calling 2019 CR 8528, State of Texas versus Arthur Scarborough. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Michael Villery off the state.
Matt Stolhansky from Mr. Scarborough.
And are you Mr. Scarborough? Showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Arthur Scarborough who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 8528 for the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child on March 28, 2022 for a period of 10 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Violated conviction number 13B on or about the 24th day of August 2022 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Arthur Etoku Scarborough, defendant there failed to comply with the instructions of the Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department Sex Offender Program, and that the defendant failed to comply with the instructions of Lone Star Offender Treatment Program, his court-ordered sex offender treatment program, and that the defendant was suspended from sex offender treatment for failing to admit responsibility for his offense in violation of condition number 13.
How do you think to that? True or not true?
True.
And the state would waive and obey the remaining allegation.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition 13B, court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you to life in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 13B?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find 13B true. Is there an agreement?
There is not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
So this is a case where I think Mr. Stolhansky would like to present first, potentially, because it really are part of our argument is going to depend on the potentially new willingness to admit certain culpabilities. And so, from the state's perspective, if he's willing to take some responsibility, that might lend itself to him being continued on probation with some type of like ISF. But if he's not, then the issue becomes for us is what do we do with this person who is not willing to be rehabilitated and cannot be in our community without being rehabilitated.
I don't believe ISS will accept him.
Probation, the sex offender, the SOMU, that was their original recommendation. So I think they would, based on that. But the court is much more knowledgeable on those aspects.
Well, we're all open to learning things. Probation, if you can look into that. And defense, do you have a witness to call?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. I would call Mr. Scarborough.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, you're going to need to speak up.
Arthur Scarborough.
All right, defense.
Hold on. Is the microphone here was better if I put it here?
No, just everyone just speak up.
That's great. Mr. Scarborough, you understand why you're here?
Yes.
Okay. And the at the the polygraph, they said that you denied liability or culpability. Is that correct?
Yes.
So did you ever deny that this thing happened?
No.
Okay. And tell the court what your thinking was.
At the time, I didn't want to believe that it happened. And I accept 100% responsibility and not partial responsibility. I accept 100% responsibility.
And so it was about who instigated the start of this.
Right.
Because when you took your polygraph, you said that she was as much of an aggressor as you were. That's not true.
That's not true.
And that you were
I was the aggressor. I accept responsibility for that.
And that was the reason that he was expelled from the program.
State, do you have any questions?
So I just want to make sure that I'm clear and I'm understanding is that you reported initially to your sex offender provider that this was one unwanted.
Here's why this case is so serious. He wasn't on regular probation. He was on deferred adjudication, a chance to avoid a conviction completely, but only if he followed every condition. One of those conditions was completing sex offender treatment, and he failed the most critical requirement, admitting what he did. When he pled true, he admitted he violated that condition. And in Texas, that opens the door to the harshest possible sentence. He knew the risk, and he accepted it. That's what makes this hearing so dramatic. Everything now depends on whether the judge believes he finally understands the gravity of what he did.
Wanted and not provoked or initiated by you. Do you remember telling the you did say that?
Yes,
And are you telling this court now that that statement is not true?
that's not.
Okay, that you did, that this was wanted and that it was provoked by you?
Right.
Okay.
I've had a lot of time to think it over, especially while I was incarcerated for 61 days, and then I'm on house arrest for the 35 days. And I realized that I am the one that's at fault.
Okay. Do you remember having a conversation with your sex offender provider, Ms. Vicki Elliott, and her giving you that opportunity to say the truth?
Yes, and at that time, I didn't want to believe that that was the truth.
And isn't it true that when she confronted with you about this and letting you know that you'd be exited from the program and that you would potentially have an MTR, that you still at that point decided that you weren't willing to take responsibility?
I did take responsibility, and I told her at that time that I accept 100% responsibility. But I still stuck to the story that I wasn't 100% at fault as the aggressor. But I realized after thinking it over for so much time that I'm 100%.
Okay. But you also
I accept the responsibility, and I wish to continue the truth.
and you understand there's a distinction between it's not really taking responsibility to say that a child provoked this, right? That's not really taking responsibility. You understand that? So when you said initially you took responsibility, that's not really taking responsibility.
When I talked to the counselor after I felt the part,
I'm sorry? I can't hear you.
when I talked to the counselor after I felt the polygraph test, I did take 100% responsibility.
Okay.
But for her, that wasn't a good enough answer.
Okay. So you're still you saying that it happened, but that the child provoked it and that it was
No.
unwanted is taking
No.
100% responsibility.
No, that's not.
Okay.
I accept 100% responsibility. The child did not get
I'll pass it.
Any other questions?
Pardon?
Any other questions?
I just want the court to tell the court about your health issues that we're dealing with.
my health issues. I have a terminal illness called cystic fibrosis that affects my lungs, mainly my digestive system and sinuses. I have chronic sinusitis.
Which is why you're wearing the mask.
Yes, I can't be around. I'm real leery of germs. I have ulcerative colitis, and I have obstructive sleep apnea, where I have to be on a CPAP machine. All of those things that I didn't get the proper medications and things like that when I was incarcerated. And I don't want to go through that again.
And other than that one violation, you're behind a little in the money because you didn't pay while you
While I
were.
was incarcerated. Yes.
But other than that, there are no new offenses.
No new offenses.
And that you are the transportation for your mother.
Yes.
And your mother goes to the doctor, hospital, at least once a week.
A couple times a month, to the pharmacy as well, to the, I think, for grocery shopping. She's going to be 88 years old in a couple months. I'm the primary caregiver, which I've not been able to do for the last 95 days because I was locked up and in a house.
And she lives on your street
She lives 100 yards from me, but I can't go and see her
because of the monitor.
because of the monitor. Well, house arrest.